Major drama has been rocking the hockey world as Ron MacLean said that Don Cherry's exit from Hockey Night in Canada was a quote, orchestrated exit strategy. If you're new here, I talk hockey every single day, so make sure you follow so you don't miss anything. But recently, Ron MacLean did an interview with The Wig where he talked about Don Cherry's departure from Hockey Night in Canada, saying that the whole thing was a planned exit strategy because he was having recent health problems at that time. In the interview, Ron MacLean would go on and talk about how Don Cherry was dealing with a really bad case of pneumonia during the 2019 Stanley Cup Final, and specifically Game 7. Don Cherry was struggling really bad to breathe on the flight into Boston for that game, so whenever they got there, he talked about how they had to go to a sauna to try and clear out Don Cherry's lungs. Don Cherry would go on to broadcast that game, but in Ron's interview, he went on to say how him and Don Cherry missed their ritual post-game beers after that Game 7 because Don Cherry allegedly ended up in the hospital in Boston that night. Ron would go on to say that this health scare with pneumonia would go on to Don Cherry allegedly plotting an exit strategy from Hockey Night in Canada. But after this story blew up, Don Cherry was reached out to for an interview which he gave, and he said that he is very disappointed that Ron MacLean would bring this up after 5 years and that he's very disappointed. He went on to say that after that Game 7 in Boston, he just went back to his room because he was feeling tired, but he did later admit that he went to a hospital in Canada to be treated for his pneumonia once they were back. He also went on to refute any of the claims that the whole thing was an exit strategy and that he was looking for a way out. We've seen a ton of discourse about this online, and Bobby Orr even gave this quote about Don Cherry. You can pause the video and read it there, but it's just been very interesting to see how all of this has unfolded. Don Cherry's been a very polarizing figure in the hockey world for a long time now, but let me know your thoughts on this recent drama.